Okay, hi guys, this is KioRoxas. This is my second attempt at making this video because somehow my video disappeared after I recorded it. So, my second attempt at filming this video. I have been gone so long, guys, that I haven't had time recently to do any book recommendations for you. I've been busy with coursework and actual work, and my grandmother died this past November, so I've been having to deal with a lot of stuff recently, so I'm sorry if I haven't been on and you guys have been anticipating it, but never fear, because I am back. And if I can get my last book out here, that'd be great. Okay, so anyway, I have 6 book recommendations for everyone, and they range in age difference wildly, so please bear with me. The first book that I'm going to recommend, if I have not already recommended it, is The Tales of Beetle the Bard. I've read it front to back. Love all the little stories, and it is for general audiences. I think anybody of any age would love this book. My second book is for young adult readers, and I do not feel like getting up and actually going and getting the book at this point, but it is sitting on my little shelf over there. It's Vampire Academy. The movie just came out recently, and the movie doesn't do the book justice, guys. Go see both. And my color is fading in and out. So if you see me flashing from bright to dark, that would be my lighting in my room. I don't have very good lighting. Okay, so Vampire Academy, yes, the movie does not do it justice. Read the books. The books, I love them to pieces, and I would never trade them for the world. And I wouldn't change a word in them because the author is just amazing. My next book is for actually another young adult fiction book. I have not finished reading it, and I am still currently reading it because it is on my to finish reading shelf because I've had so much coursework that I haven't been able to read any of it since I started it. The book is called Divergent. The movie is coming out in March, I think. March or May, I'm not sure which, but the movie's getting ready to come out, and from what I've read of it so far, it is a great, fantastic, wonderful book. If you like The Hunger Games, it is set in the same post-apocalyptic world where everyone's sorted into not districts, but factions. I'd really give it a try, especially with the movie coming out, and the movie looks excellent, which is why I decided to read the book. My next book is actually for older readers, late teens to further on, would be 50 Shades of Grey. It is a Twilight fan fiction, or it started out as a Twilight fan fiction and became a book, and I have read all 3 books, love them to pieces. I cannot get enough of the strong female lead character who is not whiny and or obsessive and or wants me. The main character of this book does not make me want to kill her constantly, so I highly recommend reading that book. My anime lovers out there, I recommend a childhood favorite. Sailor Moon. I do have the first book, but the second book was the first one I picked up, so I'm going with it. Plus, it has my favorite Sailor Scout on it. But I grew up with the show, and the books are they're just amazing. I love the art. The art is just like the front cover artwork. It's so much better than the show's artwork. So, anyway, my last surprise book that I was not going to recommend, but I'm sure I'm going to recommend it at some point, is actually a book that I've had to read for literature class. I would recommend it for teens and older. It is a story about a young man as he goes through his life struggling with his sexual identity. And he's bisexual, and he struggles with what society thinks is right and wrong for him and what he feels is right, basically. Or at least that's what I interpret from the book. That is my own interpretation. So, but it is the 13th novel of this author, and I have not read any of his previous novels, but from what I hear, a lot of them are really good. It is John Irving's In One Person, and it was nominated Book of the Year by the New York Times bestseller, New York Times Book Review, if you can see that right there. Book of the Year. So it's really amazing, guys. I definitely recommend it, but I would not recommend it for general audiences, just for, like I said, later teens and onward. And especially people with open minds, because it does use a lot of, it does talk a lot about being bisexual, and it does talk about it addresses the issue of being transgender and everything like that. So I would open-minded audiences from late teens and onward. On my to-read shelf right now, I am finishing Divergent. I also have 2 other books that I am currently reading. One I have not yet started, and this other one I have. The next book is actually for my literature class, and I think it looks pretty interesting, so I will give you a full review of it after I've read it. But it is called Middlesex by Jeffrey Ingenides. I don't know how to say his name, so Middlesex by Jeffrey. Anyway, that is the next book for my literature class, and I will go into more depth about it after I've read it. And I've been reading a lot of this one author recently. I've only read one book, and I'm currently reading another. I read the first book in one of his series, and then I went to go pick up the second book at the library, and the second and third book have both been destroyed, the copies from the library, so I'm having to wait on second copies to come back. The book that I read was The Demonata by Darren Shan. And while I am waiting for the second and third books to come back, or for us to get extra copies of the second and third book, I'm having to read another one of Darren Shan's novels, which my fiancé is trying to get me to read more of. My fiancé has sadly not read the current book that I am reading, and it's interesting. Again, later teens and onward for this one. If you'd like to read it along with me, that'd be awesome. Give me your thoughts on it. It is Procession of the Dead by Darren Shan. I am currently in the middle of reading this one. Or not in the middle, I'm only this, I can get it up there, this far in the book. Not very far. I'm only on page 6. So, but that's because I've got so much coursework to do, and I'm having to read Middlesex, and I'm still trying to finish Divergent. So, until I can finish all that, Darren Shan has to wait in line. But send me more book recommendations for what you would like me to review and or recommend to you. And if I like them, I'll let you. I'm about to start a video where I do my 5 picks of the week. or 5 picks of the month. I'll pick 5 books that I absolutely love, and they will vary slightly from month to month, depending on if they make it past my top few favorite books as of currently. So far, I have not changed any of my top 5s. My top 5s for this month are number 5, The House of Night novels. I am still not finished with them. I still have to read Hidden, and I have to buy the book Revealed and read it. So I am 2 novels behind on that one. So that one's gonna have to. That one's on my to-read shelf too. Number 4, my 4th favorite series is the Twilight Saga. My 3rd favorite series and or book is the Edgar Allan Poe collection, which I showed you all around Halloween. My 2nd favorite book series right now is still The Hunger Games. Do not get mad at me, guys. I love The Hunger Games, but it cannot beat my number 1 spot. So my number 1 favorite pick of my top favorite books is actually Harry Potter, and it has not been rivaled yet. I'm still waiting for a book that has come along that piques my interest and makes me want to read more. The House of Night novels does have more novels in it, but they're not as long and they're not as magical, and it doesn't make me think outside the box like Harry Potter does. So my top 5 picks, if I can ever find a book to top them, my number 6 pick is actually Divergent as of now, but that might change over the course of the next week when I try and finish it. But as it might change within the next month or so. Anyway, I just wanted to tell you my top 5 picks for the month, and give me more book recommendations for what your favorite book might be. And if I read it and I enjoy it, maybe it'll make the top 5 picks of the month. Anyway, be sure to check out my stuff on DeviantArt. I've been uploading photos, even if I haven't been on YouTube for a while. I have been uploading photos, and I'm sorry I haven't uploaded a video in like forever. But if you want to keep in touch with me, I am on DeviantArt. Keo Roxas at DeviantArt.com, whatever. But go on there and check out some of my art. I'm really proud of it, and I'm about to upload like 3 or 4 new photos from our snow days here. So I'm glad to have finally made a video for you guys, because I hate disappointing anybody that may actually watch my videos. And I will see you guys next month. Bye, guys!